recording audio and video. That's perfect. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1.
This is the morning stream, but it's not in the morning, it's at night. TMS PM.
Hello, welcome to TMS PM. You might be asking yourselves, wait a minute, I'm not a patron. Why am I hearing this? And patrons might be thinking...
Stop it right now or you owe us money.
Yeah. Well, a horrible error has happened. We've screwed up. No, we haven't screwed up. We did this on purpose because I think once in a while it's fair to give the general public kind of a taste of what the patrons get on the weekly that you don't get if you're not a patron. And you don't even have to be like some expensive level patron to get it. You could be $1 a month and get this extra bonus episode during the week. So why wouldn't you do that? So we're giving you a freebie today. Here's a taste. Here's a nice little man out in front of the Golden Walk at the mall with the plate full of orange chicken, and he's saying, "Here, have a sample." All right?
Sample.
And then we say, "Yes, please. I would love a mouthful of your great orange chicken." That's what this is us shoving orange chicken in your hole. So enjoy it.
Excellent. Enjoy this orange chicken.
I'm Scott.
But know that the next orange chicken you get, you're going to have to pay for.
Yep, you're going to have to pay for that next bit of orange chicken, at least until we do another freebie. But it might be a long time. Yeah. You'll be wandering around that mall for a long time. You'll be in a Walden's Books going, oh my gosh, I'm so sick of this place. But if you buy now, then you can get it every week. Okay? It's Brian Ibbett over there. I'm Scott Johnson. We're doing the show. It's TMS PM. It's just like the other show, but in the night. And it's a little shorter, but it also includes some stuff we don't normally do during the week. And I'm going to tell you right now, actually, perfect timing for this because today also happened to be the day I got my first of the 2 shots, the Pfizer shots I got today.
Yes. Oh, you went Pfizer. Good.
I went Pfizer. I like the Germans. Very efficient people.
Pfizer?
Yeah.
Pfizer?
Troubling history occasionally, a couple times, but generally speaking, good engineers, great people these days. Love the Germans. All right. So anyway, I got that done, and I thought it was going to be pretty uneventful, and most of it was. I got there on time. It said on this big sign out front, we're out in the front of this like expo center, almost like a convention center in Sandy, and it says, which is the town I grew up in, which is kind of funny. I went to high school around there. Anyway, they say, don't commit. The sign says flashing. It says, come in on your time. Don't show up early or late. Just be here right at the time you've scheduled.
Yeah,
and
makes sense.
I thought, well, is there a line? Like, what's this going to be like? So I went in about a minute early just to kind of get an idea of what was going on. It was really efficient. They had people going down 2 aisles. It was like...
They told you not to come in early, and you still went in about a minute early.
Still went in a minute early because I was just unconvinced the government could pull this off. Just unconvinced. And I thought, well, the worst case is what? I wait for 30 seconds somewhere.
Right, yeah.
So that's why. So I get in there, and the first thing they do... I notice is it's very almost like I was like watching a sci-fi movie. There's a voiceover repeating itself that's saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for something blah blah blah. Please keep minimum safe distance."
The white zone is for unloading only.
Yeah, it was like that. It was pre-recorded. It was very pleasant.
Sure. Well, I need to do something. The airports are all closed. So.
Right. But it was like masks are required. Also, social distance the best you can. If you're experiencing any symptoms, this whole thing.
Yeah.
And then they got guys in green vests that are like pointing us around. I get up to the thing and she goes, "First shot, second shot." And I went, I got flustered for a second. First, I guess. Oh, this one. Or no, I said, she goes, "First shot or second shot?" I go, "Pfizer." Like I legit said Pfizer. And she said, "No, I mean, is this your first or second?" I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah, it's first." So she sent me that direction, which was to the right. All the other people getting their seconds are on the left. And I noticed that a lot of really old people are on the left, which makes sense because 3 weeks ago it was the old people getting their first.
Had theirs, right?
Now the people right around my range are on this side. And so I go down there. And it was a little like the swag line at BlizzCon. It's reminding me of that. Lots of turns and not a big line.
Oh, really? Okay.
Not packed with people, but just lots of sort of arrows pointing a million miles and lots of circles and whatever.
You're completing the maze. It's like you're... making your way towards John Lithgow and Shrek.
Yes,
going
basically.
Back and forth.
Yeah, and I wore shorts today, and I had my BlizzCon, my World of Warcraft Horde jacket on even.
Okay.
So I was really looking the part, and I go in
It's a
there.
good thing when she said which shot, first or second, you didn't go horde side.
We got horde over here. Sir, you're wearing a blue hat. I'm sorry, you're over here.
Alliance over there, horde over here.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been too big of a shock had it happened because I was really feeling that. I see these concession spaces. Nothing's open, of course, but it just feels like I'm in a convention center getting tickets. Anyway, I go in there and I go down and do all the stuff you're supposed to do. The first stop is you sit and talk to a lady, confirm your appointment, she checks your ID.
She probably asks you all the breathing problems, headache, any sniffles.
She didn't do any of that. That was weird. I thought that would be phase 1, but instead,
God, that should have been.
it should be, right? Like I would think it would be, but instead it was next table, which was the actual dude who's going to give me the shot, or lady. In whoever else's case, I had a dude. So I sit down and he starts doing the list of, are you allergic to any blah, blah, blah? Have you ever had COVID before? Have you had any antibody treatments? Or this and that and the other? All these things. I'm saying no to all of them. I'm not in any of the risk groups as far as like reactions or allergies or any of this. Right. And so he goes, all right, you want your left arm, your right arm? And he said it in a way that was kind of like, okay.
A little seductive sounding if you're doing the impersonation correctly.
Yeah. And I said, well, I think my right because I sleep
Pfizer!
Pfizer! I said, I think my right because my left is where I sleep. He says, that's smart. That's what we tell people. I said, okay, cool. Let's do that. And then I get up to move around because I'm facing left. My left arm is facing him. So I'm thinking, well, I need to reposition. Yeah. And I start to do it. And he goes, oh, no, no, no. And he touched me on the leg. He goes, oh, no, no, no.
And your leg is exposed skin, by the way.
It is because I'm wearing shorts. I said, he goes, no, no, no. I'll come to you, he says. He did. So I said, all right, that sounds great. So I sat there and he came around and he goes, oh, I need to verify your phone number. And I gave him the TMS hotline by accident. He goes, your phone number. Because I'm just feeling excited and nervous. You know, I'm stoked.
Of course, yeah.
And I go, 801-471-0462. Oh, shit, hold on a second, I said. That's for a radio show I host. That's not it. And then I gave him a real number and then everything was fine. All right.
That's for my conservative, the COVID is a hoax radio show that I do.
Yeah, every morning we try to debunk this, but please go ahead and give it to me.
That's for my pupil of the leftists conservative radio show.
Oh, now you're giving me an idea that I didn't do, but I should have. I'll wait until the second shot to put my arms in the air and scream, I'm a pupil of the leftists as I run out of there.
There you go. Anyway, only if you can get that on video.
Yeah. So here, that's the other thing. They won't let you film in there. No photos.
Oh,
because
really?
Salt Lake County has a specific law in the books. It's a local county state law thing that is a HIPAA-related law that says you can't take photos.
Makes sense. You'll get somebody else in the background of your shot.
Right. So they don't do that. And they had signs everywhere, and I was not planning on it anyway because you can only go in one at a time. Kim was out in the car waiting for her appointment. So anyway, that's the other thing to know is you don't get to go in as a couple. If you have a little kid with you, that's different, like your mom or whatever.
Of course, because you can't leave them behind.
Yeah, you can't.
Stuff,
sure. Yeah, every child, no child left behind, Brian. That's
it's right there. It's right there in the phrasing.
It's right there in the phrasing. So anyway, I get the shot, totally easiest shot ever. I hardly felt it. Just maybe a pinch and not even that. It was like if somebody flicked me in the arm. It was nothing. I'm like, that's it, huh? And he goes, yep, now all you got to do is you got to go in that other room. You got to sit there for 15 minutes. And we do that because we want to make sure you're not going to have any reactions, even if you don't think you're gonna. And in there, you're going to fill out some paperwork, do a thing with your phone, and you'll be all set. I said, all right, awesome. Thanks so much. He says, we'll see you later. So I go in there. Here's where I laughed really hard.
Okay.
I go in there and I sit down. I got a paper and I got a QR code. I got my phone. It's to set up your second appointment. So I scan the card, opens in my browser, on my phone, putting in my info, and realized, oh, crap, Kim made me the temporary account. I don't know what password she gave me. And I just need to reset it. So I'm just going to reset the password. So I hit reset password. Sends a thing to my email. Problem is, you know how in your email app, I use Gmail's email app, and if you use a third-party app, what will happen is when it says you're about to launch out to verify your email address, it'll say what browser you want to launch, and you can choose or you can default it in your settings. Sure. Mine's, I think, just Safari, maybe Chrome, but it doesn't matter. It opens in the browser that's built into Gmail.
Oh, into Gmail. Right.
And it sent me on this loop of it's just kept saying, do you want to reset? So I did it like 3 times. And I'm savvy enough to kind of like start to troubleshoot this and understand what's happening. I'm like, well, it's kind of a bad site, so let's see. They're not counting on my weird setup. So What I need to do is as soon as that launches, just hit that little Safari button in the corner and boop, we're out into a separate window, separate instance.
Before the third redirect, yeah.
So I did that, and I'm starting to put the password in. This really old guy who's volunteering, I think. He's in the room of the 15-minuter people who are all just trying to, post-shot people. And he's hovering around me with his green jacket on, and his mask doesn't fit very well, and he's like 1,000. And he walks over to me, and he goes, "You got to put in a new password, do you?" I said, "Yeah, it's fine, though. I'm doing this all the time." He goes, "Here's what I would do if I were you." And I went, "Oh, boy. What's this going to be?" He goes, "I would make it." So this
1, 2, 3, 4.
So this is the Intermountain Healthcare is helping run this. So that gives you a little why he's going to say what he says. He goes, "Here's what I'd do. I would go Intermountain 1, 2, 3, 4." And he was serious. He was serious. He wants
his second shot, and he's not going to get it until he hacks into somebody's account and pretends he's them.
Yeah. So what did I do? I just went and, as he was saying, I go, "Oh, that's it." I wasn't being rude or anything. I just went, "Oh, that's interesting. Okay." And I say, I look like I'm about to do it, and in there instead I type some long, complicated thing that's nothing to do with it.
Is he going to sit there and watch you to make sure you use the password that he gave you?
He kind of hung there. He's like, got his arms folded, looking down at me. And I'm just like kind of hiding my phone, and I'll bet part of him was like, "He's not putting in the one I suggested."
It's INTE. Nope, you're doing it wrong. INTER.
I should have asked him, "Do you have a local bank account around here that you subscribe?" I'm trying to find a new bank. I'd like a recommendation. Oh, Zion's National Bank. Interesting. Zion's 1, 2, 3, 4. Freaking grandpa, bad password over here. Anyway, I laughed. I was laughing under my breath. As soon as he walked away, I'm giggling over there. Probably look like an idiot. But I thought that was so freaking funny.
That's hilarious.
And then I got out of there, and it was fine. The lady said, "Have you been here 15 minutes?" I think so. It was like 12. And then I walked out, and it was a really breezy, easy thing to do. So cool. I'm very excited for you to get yours, and yours will be just as breezy.
Do we have an update? As a matter of fact, Scott, and I wanted to save this until the show.
An update!
You're not the only one.
Oh, sorry.
With a shot today.
What?
This is Jameson, and I'll be enjoying this. And the good news is, I don't have to wait for a second dose. Here we go.
Well, there'll be a second dose. You just won't have to wait for it.
Yeah, I just don't have to wait for it.
Yeah, there you go. Now, see, that wasn't so bad. It didn't hurt, did it? You got it down.
Yeah, that kind of burns.
Are we allowed to do this on Twitch? I don't remember.
This is my TMS shot glass here, by the way.
Oh, yeah, from our first Vegas thing.
That's right.
I still have a couple of those.
So, all right, good. I am as vaccinated as I can be. Vaccinated, lubricated, and bordering on inebriated. No, I'm kidding.
I will say this, and this is
not with one shot.
Right? No. You'll need more than that. But I'll tell you what. This is
Let's see how many it takes.
I walked in there and looked at my phone, and I had 1.5 bars of service, 5G service. Mm-hmm. I got the shot, and I walked out, and I had full, solid 5 bars.
Well, yeah, because the RFID chip that they just put in your arm acts as an antenna, little mini antenna.
That's right. Prove it you can't. See, it's one of those moments. So, right. And I also force pushed. I made a joke on Twitter, but I force pushed a security guard into a bush. So I feel like I've already got some of the benefits of the thing going through me.
Did he try to tell you that everything that you just said is wrong?
No, but he wanted me to use the password.
Use the password.
Use the password, Luke. Try it, Luke 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll work for you. Awesome. Anyway, it was fun. Kim got hers.
Very good.
No weird immediate things. I suspect this will ache a little later or tomorrow.
Probably, yeah. They're saying the first shots are not inconsequential, but innocuous as far as any pain or discomfort or even any symptoms. And because you had Pfizer, I think the Pfizer second shots have been going better than the Moderna second shots for people as far as like any weird
it's those efficient Germans again. With your
That's
efficiency.
right.
Yeah.
You will not feel any sort of side effects.
If you do it all, Pfaffenuggen! Dan will tell us. So Dan's had COVID and a shot now, and I guess when you've done that, your first shot is bad. It's a little like the second shot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
because
my friend,
the antibody is already in your system, and let's
my buddy
talk
Josh,
to this guy.
my buddy Josh up the road, he did this, and he had COVID and got the shot, and it wrecked him. The first shot did. So it's probably not going to be true for everybody, but we'll find out shortly when we call him.
Yes.
I've
been playing the refresh game all damn day long, by the way. Like, yesterday I got up early this morning.
Yeah.
Refresh, F5.
Nothing.
And King Soopers finally updated their system this afternoon to reflect that 50-year-olds can now get the shot, but there's 0 appointments available for 100 miles.
King Soopers. That must be
It's a Kroger.
chain.
It's our Kroger,
okay.
basically.
Okay. Does Kroger own them? Because they own
Walmart,
everything now. Feels like Kroger.
Kroger owns them, City Market, all that stuff.
Got it.
Walmart still is saying, "Oh, got me 60. Greetings, welcome. Which aisle can I send you to?"
You gotta be 60 to come in here.
Gotta be 60 to come in here.
I wouldn't go up there if I were you.
That's exactly where I was going with that.
It'll be any minute now then for you. I'll bet you. Here's my guess. Next week by Wednesday, you'll have your first. Is my guess. That's
the thing. I'll probably have an appointment by then. Yeah. I mean, I'm diligently refreshing the local Jefferson County page, because there's a fire station just around the corner that I almost feel like I could show up near the end of the day and probably just get a leftover shot.
You might. What was I gonna say about that? Like when the health department is doing it, and you're not relying on a store. What it reminds me of, like when a really big game release would come out, and you'll find out that Walmart got 100 of them, Best Buy got 30 of them, blah blah blah, like all these things, and then you find out GameStop, that does nothing but sell games, got 2 of them. You know what I mean? So when you go to like a CVS or a freaking Walgreens or whatever to do this, it feels like they've got like hardly any delivered, and then you gotta just play your luck, and you're gonna get screwed probably. And I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, one way or the other, Brian's got a shot coming. Number 2 for
it's
me.
Happening. It'll happen soon. It's as long as everybody around me gets vaccinated, I feel like I'm pretty good.
Yeah. I think you're set. Meanwhile, by the way, while all this is going on, there are people painting my house. It's a long story, and I haven't just talked about it before, but basically we're up for a repaint after 12 years or whatever, and the HOA is starting to complain that there's paint falling off and stuff. I hate the HOA. Anyway, and now the chat room will talk for 10 minutes about how HOAs suck, and that's fine. Let them do it.
Let them go.
It's fine. You guys are here for whatever reason you want to be. But anyway, they're here doing that while we're gone. And Brian, it's the weirdest thing because it's almost 70 here today. Beautiful day. But all the windows and all possible openings to the house, including doorknobs and everything, are taped off and covered with like a tinted covering so that everything's masked off for painting. But it feels like Jesse and Walter are making meth in my basement, is what it feels like. You know what I mean? Like, it's really creepy.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Oh, geez.
Like right over there, that should be bright light coming out of that window over there. You can't see it, but
it's blocked off like you've got a garbage bag taped over.
Yeah, it's like a meth house. I freaking hate it.
Yeah.
Anyway, hurry up and paint, guys, is all I'm saying. All right. I think we're ready to add Dan to the call. Should we do that?
Okay. Well, let's do that. Yeah.
Patrons are like, wait, Dan's on PM? Yeah, he is.
We get Dan if we do this?
Yeah. Look, we just shoved about 12 people over the top right then with that statement alone. Yep. They heard Dan's coming, and they're like, I'm in, man. I'm in.
Be careful. May cause drowsiness.
Hey, speaking of drowsiness, it's Dan, the tabletop man, joining us from North Carolina. Dan, it feels like forever since, Brian saw you at dinner, but it's been forever since we've seen you.
Yeah. Greetings programs. Yeah, I mean, it was forever since I saw him at dinner. I mean, since then he's had like an avalanche and like three feet of snow. It's crazy.
True.
Oh,
it's totally true.
Yeah. You dodged that bullet then, I guess. You were, 2 weeks ago, I guess, or what is it?
Yeah, it was like 115 when I was out there.
It was gorgeous. You came out at a great time, and I think it would have been fun. You probably would have affected you being able to fly back, but I think you would have loved seeing the 2.5 feet of snow, 3 feet of snow that we had out here.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely I love snow. I mean, I don't get to see it like you guys do, or even back home. We used to get it so much in New York. I'm sure I would be real tired of it, but since I grew up with it and just loved it, but we don't get it very often, so I kind of love it when it does, and it's usually gone in like 3 days anyway. So I probably would have enjoyed it out there. And the who knows, maybe the ski hills might have been worse because they were pretty good. 70-degree skiing, they weren't too bad. The traffic was pretty bad getting back from it, but I can only imagine what it would have been like getting all that snow.
Sure. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. But we've had the most beautiful weather here, and we avoided it altogether, and I don't know why. I don't know how that happened, but the mountains acted as a big old turd, and nothing got west of it.
Protected you from it, basically, is what it did.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that happens. I mean, my wife always laughs that she says that Apex has some sort of weird obelisk above it that just splits things, because every time there's these huge storms that come by, they just seem to split right around us. We had some like crazy windstorms and tornadoes everywhere, and we didn't get like a drop of rain yesterday. I mean, this morning we got some rain, but it wasn't all that crazy storms that we were supposed to get with and I think there were a few tornadoes in the state, but nothing really hit us here.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. But nonetheless, and notwithstanding, you're here. Now, my understanding is, before we get to any kind of board game recommendations, which we will do today.
Oh my God, I got so many things to talk to you guys about
so
between board games
excited.
and everything else. I'm trying to get it out of my butt. But and also I wanted to see how your cough is doing and whatever else you got for me.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you about that. So the doctor, we'll do this real quick. Here's our pharmaceutical moment, okay? What do we call that? A tangent. Hold on, here it is.
Here's a tangent for you.
Okay, so what happened is the doctor said, hey, you're a little elevated on your pressure, and we think there's a combination of things adding to that. Like, they're trying to get a bunch of stuff back in line, like B and D levels. You got to get that D level. Vitamin D, that is.
That D.
Which were really low. They're getting those back up, and that's working out great. My A1C came back much lower, which is good.
Excellent.
Like, especially considering how I meant to exercise a ton, and I barely did. So the fact that came back that well, I was pretty happy. It was all diet.
And anyway, so it's under 6 now?
Yes. So I'm now
Right, good.
I'm no
You're good
longer
now.
quote unquote diabetic, which is good. So still, living that no sugar lifestyle and stuff to keep it where it needs to be. But so all that. But then she says, well, look, I want to put you on just this ACE inhibitor. What's it called?
Yep.
Yeah.
ACE inhibitor. Yep.
And she says,
That's your Lisinopril was ACE inhibitor.
yeah, she goes,
I didn't mean to violate HIPAA there for
she
you.
goes, no, it's fine. I don't care. I violate my own HIPAA here.
Just another Friday.
But he basically says, look, it's not like your pressure's crazy, because it isn't. But given your family history and just a little elevated compared to what we like, she's trying to like just scooch in all the sand and keep it all in the sandbox. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of on the edges. She says, so we're going to do 30 days of this. Just so you know, 10% of people get a weird cough that they can't have. It just stays. It's like
Does your doctor not realize never ever tell Scott any percentage of anything ever happening?
Well, when she said that, though, I went, oh, that's great. That's so low. There's no way that's
You
gonna be
immediately
me.
coughed before you even put a tablet in your
No,
mouth.
I didn't. I promise. I was sure that meant there's no way I was going to cough, because I just thought, well, I'll play these odds. 90%. I got this. And sure enough, the very next day, this cough comes out of nowhere and I can't stop it. So I call her and go, yeah, I'm coughing. She goes, all right, stop those, because that it does happen. So try this one. She switched me over. No problems, no cough this time. Even though apparently this one may make you cough too a little bit, but it's not doing it.
It's really very, very unlikely that the other meds. I don't want to give away any more secrets of yours. I'm sorry, I already said another name, but the other drug class, which is a very similar drug class and very related, which is still very easy on your system.
Right.
I mean, the chances of that happening are even kind of like I was even telling you, it's like less than what the normal population would get, a cough as for any medication. But ACE inhibitor cough is a very, very common thing. It's harmless. It's just really annoying. It's
annoying.
all about bradykinin and substance P. They don't really even know what the hell causes it, but since it is an ACE inhibitor, they think that some of the enzymes getting caught in the upper lung, which again, pretty harmless, just more of an annoying thing than anything else.
Yeah, when I told her, that it was happening, she was like, well, it was really nice because it meant she listens to me and knows who I am, because she basically said, I don't mean that in a cocky way, but I've explained to her what my job is. My job is a lot of talking. Like, I'm on the air all the time. And she says, well, we can't have you coughing and trying to do internet radio. And I went, someone understands.
You get me.
Yeah, you get me.
Wow.
You get me. And then I said, I love you. And she says, I know. And then she became cryogenically frozen. Anyway, so there's that, and it's fine, and it's no problem.
I don't know if I told you, I bought my wife and I they were at Hallmark. I bought those mugs that say "I love you" and "I know."
Oh, that's adorable.
They're coffee mugs. They're really cool.
Tina and I have baseball caps.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Really? I love that. That's so adorable. That would be a good if you're going to do tattoos and you're going to do couples tattoos. That'd be a good one, right?
That would be a good one.
Sure.
Make them so that when you put your arms together, it like makes a rebel symbol or something.
That's a great idea. I'm going to do that. No, I'm not.
By the way, thank your wife for coming out to dinner too. She's the most lovely human being.
Yeah, I really had. Once I told her you were coming, it was like pulling teeth to get her. I had to actually drug her to get her in the car to bring her down to dinner.
Is that smelly druggist friend of yours?
Seriously, and you're obviously I know you better than I know random listeners who might be coming through Colorado and stuff. But anytime somebody's coming through Colorado and they want to meet up for a drink, it's like, Tina, come with me, please, because I need that extra. I need her by my side. I need that extra buffer. But also, it's like she's so conversational that there's never any like, yeah. So what else do you like about the show? What are you?
She always has something to say.
She's really good at that sort of thing, and she can really keep everything going. So if you ever come through Colorado and you wonder why Tina's coming with us to lunch or coffee or whatever, it's because she's a crutch for me, basically.
Also, that makes me feel better because I do that with Kim with everything. Like, she is totally a crutch for me, like a weird like good luck symbol. Like, I don't want to go. I want to see whoever you are. I want to see you and hang out with you, but I kind of don't want to do it unless Kim and I are both there. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, that's completely normal. But obviously, that didn't apply to coming out to see see you, Dan. No. Obviously, that.
But that was that restaurant was excellent too. That was really cool up there.
Yeah, and that view when the sun, because you had the sunset view, so you got to see the sun going down over the mountains and stuff. We went to a place called the View House, which is literally that. I mean, it's a house with a great view. The bottom level, not so much, but the upper level has this great view straight across the city over to the Front Range Mountains. And so when sunset happens, you get that beautiful view. Now, if you look immediately in front of the restaurant, you have the 8-lane highway I-25, and it's not very very fun to see, but certainly the further view is way better.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
great seeing you, man.
It was a lot of fun.
I can't wait to see you as well. That'd be fun.
So Scott, as I often like to tell everybody that I meet, everybody in Salt Lake City, and I've got somebody that I want you to check out a Kickstarter.
Okay, man.
So normally I've got 2 Kickstarters today, and it has, not that I have anything to do with any of these Kickstarter. One is definitely not up your alley, but this one is also very much up your alley. So Ryan Lockett lives out there in Salt Lake. He's an artist and a game designer. Mm-hmm. And there's a director making kind of a documentary. He actually made a documentary last year called The Game Designers, and now he's making one called Crafting Arzium. This is about Ryan Lockett and his wife Mallory. He's a game designer and like I said, and a really, really good artist. All the art is done by him. He does all the art for all of his games, and his wife helps him design everything. I'll get you a link here in the
I'm trying to find it. I keep
Discord
finding that
for you.
Ryan.
But
I keep finding that Ryan Lochte
just
guy.
a fantastic.
You remember that Lochte guy that was always in trouble in the Olympics?
Yeah.
That's all that comes up when I search this dude. Oh, here it is. Laukat. Got it.
Yeah, Lockett.
Okay, I see him.
Lockett. But he's just a really, really nice guy, and it puts out some really good games. Puts out some good combination of heavier and lighter games. He did a game called Empires of the Void, the second edition. The first one was one of his first games, and it was okay, but the second edition is an excellent 4X game. He's got a game that's been in Target and such called Megaland, which is another a fantastic game. But the games that have been coming out recently, Near and Far, and the one that they kind of cover on this is Now or Never, and another game that they've got, Sleeping Gods. They cover a lot of that stuff in this little documentary, but it's basically just covering, follows him and his wife and the creative process and living in Salt Lake. So you probably really love this documentary because you probably notice all sorts of the landscape and everything else.
So this is on Kickstarter under what should people search for? I'm going to find it right now.
So just Crafting Arzium, and it's spelled Arzium. I think it's in the tabletop games, and Actually, I think the director might actually even be local to Raleigh, but it's by Zoom Out Media.
Oh, okay.
I've seen some of his other movies in the past. He has given me some codes to watch the game designers and such, and he does a really good job with the documentaries. The game designers, not sure if it's out anywhere in distribution, but you can go to gamedesigners.com. It's pretty cool. They follow like some real famous designers and then fledgling designers, which is very interesting. How the difference, how people think what their games are going to do, and how the professional guys do, as far as how they look into creating games, stuff like that.
Yeah, look at this. There's already there's photos of him somewhere down in like Zion's National Park. It's beautiful there. Yeah, I'm very much into this. So this documentary is this Kickstarter is for the doc.
The Kickstarter
right?
is for the documentary.
All right, cool. I think I'm gonna back this. This looks great. I'm totally into this.
And if you ever, I know you artists, all go to the same coffee shops. But if you ever run into Ryan Lockett, he's such a nice guy, and you would dig him, Scott, because his art has such a really unique style, but it's really, really nice art.
Yeah, too. I'm looking at his face. I think I may have seen him at a Comic-Con or something, like a local con before. Like maybe he had a booth or something, and now I'm just recognizing his face. Anyway, go look for this, you guys. Crafting Arzium, Arzium. And there's a little bit of his art, chat. You can see it. It's very cool.
So, Ned, do you remember a few weeks ago or about a month ago, we were talking about that Stardew Valley when they put that game out?
Oh, yeah.
And it was, I don't know, I read the rules. It looks fine. A lot of the fans will probably love it. But they just released Stellaris. I know you're a big Stellaris fan.
I love
you,
Stellaris. Yeah, it's awesome.
Now, Stellaris Infinite Legacy is a Kickstarter right now, a board game version of Stellaris. This is absolutely not a Scott game, but this looks fantastic.
How thick is that?
This rule book has got to be gigantic because it's a 4X game, a 2-hour 4X game, and it's got 2.3 million. But man, it reminds me a lot of Eclipse.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the 4X game Eclipse on the tabletop, but this looks absolutely amazing. I would love to get it. It's a little pricey because of what it is, $110 or $170 for the deluxe. But I knew that a lot of the video game fans out there.
No, Stellaris is awesome, man.
Like to see this.
As far as it was this weird combination of 4X and real time. It's been out since 2016? Yeah, is when it came out originally, but it's on consoles now. It's on Game Pass if you have Game Pass. But the PC version is what I played, and a bunch of the DLC. It is just one of the coolest exploratory feelings in a video game. Like this feeling of you guys, we've discovered a whole new nebula, and there are some weird shit in there, and we got to go find out what's going on. And it's all kind of pulled out from the galaxy, but you can zoom way in and set up these mining stations in front of moons and weird places. And there's all these different starting races, including humans, and you start in our solar system if you want, and just all kinds of ways to customize your experience. It's a fantastic game, maybe one of a kind ever in the kind of game that it is. I just could not for the life of me understand how this translates to a board game. I still can't kind of figure it out. But clearly,
how does it compare to Nomansky?
Imagine No Man's Sky on the macro. In other words, No Man's Sky is all about this first person or third person sort of down in front of you, get some ferrite, build a thing, your ship's better now, fly to another thing. There's that on a very personal ground level. This is pull way out and look at it from more of a galactic level, and there's there's governments and trading and there's how to stop a uprising on one of your planets that mines all your gold. That's going to be a problem if there's an uprising, stuff like that. So you have just all of those other elements to it. So it has that feeling of discovery though. And that's my favorite part, just sending a science ship off on a thing, upgrading all of its long range sensor stuff, and having them come back with a weird anomaly. And that weird anomaly ends up giving you a tech ultimately that changes the course of the universe, and you're now the hot race in the universe because you figured out how to master a certain kind of long distance travel or open a wormhole or whatever. Just really, really cool stuff. That game is cerebral and rad. So I hope the board game is, like that. Or
go ahead, bud.
I just hope the board game gives people that same feeling.
Well, the designers, what I was going to say is the designers, Gunter and Uwe Eichert, they've done a lot of things and they're big with Academy games. So it's going to have a really good background as far as the weightier, kind of the war gamer type and the heavier feel to it. So that should bode well for a lot of the 4X type people out there. But again, like I said, it really does remind me of Eclipse a lot. And so it might have a good combination of Eclipse and Twilight Imperium kind of rolled into kind of with some really good background as far as the lore of Stellaris and stuff like that. But if they can pull off a 2-hour 4X, God bless them, because that's a hard thing to do.
Can you sense whether there's a lot of anticipation for that game in the board game circles? Like, are people stoked about it?
Yes. Well, this game definitely does have a lot of hype around it, where a lot of people are really looking forward to it, because you start throwing around some buzzwords with some good name behind them. So the hard part with a game like Star Game Circle, nothing against the designer, but not really a big proven designer, even though also the Stardew Valley guy helped out a lot, but just kind of a very, very easy co-op feel, not really a whole lot of not very a lot of difficulty and things like that, just more of an experience type game. But you throw out something like Stellaris and you've got Gunter and Uwe Eckert behind it and Academy Games, you say, whoa, that catches a lot of attention for a 4X game, because this is already a company and designers that know what they're doing in this sphere. So this will automatically have people buying in. Not to people to buy into Stardew Valley, but you really got attention of a lot of the hardcore and kind of the newer. So this is a real good thing where you've got the video gamers that are going to be gung-ho to do this, and then already the board gamers are going to be gung-ho, because I'm not sure that Stardew Valley really captured a lot of the board game market.
Well, and that was my whole reason for asking, because it just seems like it's a difficult chasm between, like, do people take it seriously when a game makes the translation from game to board game rather than the other way around? And I don't know how picky board gamers are about that sort of thing.
It all depends on, like, so a game that looks like this, you're going to get board gamers that have no idea what Stellaris actually was. They'll have no idea that it's a video game, and they'll just look at it and be all in. A game like Stardew Valley, they're not going to really go crazy over it just because of how it looks. So this is why I think you'll get both sides. Whereas you have a lot of people that want to get Stardew Valley because it was a video game, and Stellaris, you'll get a lot of people to get a more video game. But I think you're going to sell a lot more copies in the board game market just because of who's putting it out and who's making it and the type of game it is. Because there's a hardcore, there are just people itching for more 4X games out there.
Yeah, that's true. People like the 4X. They like to exterminate, explore, exterminate. What's the other 2 X's?
Expand and exploit.
Exploit. That's it. There you go. 4X, everybody. Rolls off the tongue. All right. Awesome. This is great.
They're really a lot of fun, those type of games. I absolutely.
Okay, can you speak real quick? Games. Sorry, back to COVID for a second. You had COVID-19, and then you ended up getting a vaccination here recently. Did the first shot give you the beef, or what happened there?
So my wife and I both got it on the same day, and I had worse symptoms of COVID when we got sick. Like, I'm still, I mean, even now, my God, it drives me crazy. I'm still having these weird kind of aftertastes and stuff, and it kind of changes a bit. Like right now, it hasn't actually been pretty bad in about a week. But when we first got it, my arm didn't get really sore that day. My arm, the whole arm itself, all of a sudden, like the joint started bothering me a little bit later that day, and my in the injection site didn't hurt like the flu shot. Last few flu shots I got, man, they were like sledgehammers to the shoulder the last few years I've gotten it. This one, a little sore. And then, but for the last 3 days, even today a little, I just haven't felt right. Just blah. Sleeping was weird last night. I've just been a little feverish, but not really running. When you just feel like crap, you don't know why. Just I take some ibuprofen and go about my day, and usually kind of goes away. So for about 3 or 4 days, I've been having to take a little bit of ibuprofen here and there, just to get a little of the soreness. My wife actually had a lot worse joint soreness, but she said she's feeling a lot better today. And we got it on Tuesday, so today things are just starting to get away.
So
I'm not looking forward to that next one.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Is it true then? Well, not true, but you can corroborate this idea that if you've previously had COVID, that first shot is kind of a bugger, or potentially both of them.
Well, I think the first one has randomness. I don't think it has anything to do with whether you've had COVID or not. I just think some people just react to it different ways.
Okay.
Just because you're not really getting anything. Maybe since I've had COVID, like in the last 6 months, maybe my immune system or my system may be on a little bit more high alert. But I don't think it really has anything to do with. I think it's more of the idea of quote unquote vaccination. I got in vaccination for ibit pox, and I'd probably still have a nasty reaction for a few days.
Yeah, you got to do that since you were out there. You got to get immune. You got to go get shots now because you were with Brian.
Yeah. Right.
How do I know
my cootie shot?
How do I know they didn't put just a little cat pee in me? How do I know that? Like, there's no way to prove it. How do I prove it?
Well, you have to trust in the system. Yeah,
you do that instead of egg white because it's there's less chance of allergy.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Okay,
delivered with cat pee.
But in my mind, it's like we as human beings have to have a certain level of trust, and this swings wildly depending on who you are and what your ideas are and what story you tell yourself. I just have to assume that this Band-Aid is covering the site of an injection of the Pfizer vaccine. I have no way to prove it. I have no way to know. I don't know what they put in there. Yeah, I can't.
So what I want you to do for the next week, I want you just to walk around with your hand over your shoulder. Make sure none of that injection gets out. You don't take any chances. Just walk like that.
I'm not going to pee either. I'm not going to pee once. I don't want it to go. All right. Well, that's fantastic. Dan, anything else going on around your world that we should mention before we let you go?
No, just check out the Geek All-Stars podcast. We just did a show a couple weeks ago. But we got the next show. We'll be talking all about WandaVision and how we feel about WandaVision, good, bad, and ugly, or just mostly good. And then, of course, we'll do Falcon and Winter Soldier, a little bit of update on that. And then, eventually we'll get back into board games in a couple episodes. And just happy to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you here. It feels like it's been a while, but I guess it hasn't been that long. I guess we didn't have. I don't know what we did last time. What did we do? We didn't have Dan. I don't remember. Oh,
yeah. Sometimes those weeks they fall on the those game nights with with the backers. But
sure, your dog's barking.
Sorry, my dog is going nuts.
Yes, guy there. Is that the deal?
Yeah. Well. No, it's we're actually going to play some board games tonight. So,
cool.
Nice.
With a buddy of mine who also got vaccinated this week. The guy I've been pretty much playing, Gloomhaven with forever. And check out if anybody out there has put away Gloomhaven digital for a while.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you got to go play it again. They just released another update.
I saw
pretty
that
much the last update before it. Oh God, it's so good.
Is it good? Like, should I hop in and see what's up? I guess I should.
Well, if you didn't get through the tutorial yet, you need to go through the tutorial, and it's really good. There are some challenges in there, but if you know how to play the game and you don't really want to go through the tutorial, you can skip it.
Yeah.
But if you don't really know what you're doing, you may want to go through the tutorial. Brian, since you know the whole system, I would say just skip the tutorial and just get right into it.
Yeah.
I
did the entire tutorial, and it was good. It was a good tutorial. I played enough of that content to know that I liked it. But things were a little bare bones in those days, and I just kind of said, well, I'm just going to wait a while and see how this.
It's so good. So the next thing will be the full campaign. I don't expect that to be released for another 6 months or so. But this has pretty much all the characters that you can unlock in the regular game. A lot of really story going on. You just kind of naturally unlock stuff as you're playing the game. And you can drop in. It's almost, if you've played a lot of regular Gloomhaven, this almost makes it better that the campaign isn't ready, because it's almost a new experience for you. Because the board game, if you want to open up a new character or bring out a new character, you got to put the box away. You got to get a new box out. You got to get all the cards and everything. This, you just one click and you got another person in your party. The Guildmaster feature it's just amazing. Scott, if you do it, it's amazing. Don't play with more than 2 characters, Scott.
Okay.
If you're gonna play it, because you have up to 4. 4 will take forever. I play usually 2 or 3 when I've been doing it lately to get in there, but it's just really fun to just mess around with different combinations, and they just keep leveling up throughout as you're playing. You unlock more cards, more items, more story, and then there's also these little quests for your different characters. Sorry, I could be here all night telling you how great.
Yeah, that's great. That's very good to hear, because I saw the patch and I applied it, but I didn't run it, and it's good to hear that it's good. That's going good. So
it looks so good. I mean, I don't know, but some people are probably, depending on how 4 depth, 4K, whatever, how crazy some of the games are nowadays. Some people may not like the way it looks. To me, it just looks. It's what I want Gloomhaven to look like in the way it plays. It's
graphically,
so
it's awesome.
Smooth and fluid.
It's really pretty. They polished it up real nice, and it looks better every time they do a patch. That part I'm not worried about at all. I'm not worried about any of it. It's more like I want them to just be done, but it sounds like this patch may put it in a place that's as good as done as we're going to get until that full campaign's done. So that's good. More characters. That's what I wanted. Awesome. Dan, the tabletop man. You can find him at the Twitter account has changed. Tell people what it is now.
Oh, I'm now Geek Jock. I'm Geek Jock Dan now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Change-o.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out what in the world to do to change it, but I figured the word blog is so 1900s. So I figured I would get what the new times, like the kids say.
Yeah, that's what the kids say.
Go with Geek Jock Dan.
Yeah, get Geek Jock Dan, everybody, on Twitter. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next time.
You boys too. See you later.
May
See
all
you,
your haven be gloomy. All right.
May all your board game boxes be 30 pounds or more.
Yeah, that's what we're asking for.
That's right,
Let's see. Chat room said there's something I wanted to make sure to bring up. Now I've let it scroll too far. Where'd it go? Can't find it. That's great. Plus my memory's not working. You know what it is? It's that COVID shot I got. No, that's probably not it.
Right, yes.
Can't remember now. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you that has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
On the way home, I was like, I haven't eaten. We should eat. And Kim said, yeah, we should eat. And we had this really healthy idea of where to go. This place with curbside service that we love. Let's call it Zao. I've talked about it before. They make like really
Zao, yeah.
healthy food.
Yeah.
And so we were thinking about doing that. And then Taco Bell caught my eye. And that sounded good for some reason.
Yeah.
So I just said, you know what? Let's just do that. That's cheap and it's quick. And let's just get in there. Let's get that in the drive up and get out of there. So we did that. And for the first time, I tried your Baja Blast Zero.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And you're 100% right. That is a great sugar-free alternative to Baja Blast.
It tastes, I think it might be the soft drink that tastes as close to the non-zero version.
I agree.
As anything of any of those.
And that caught me off guard because normally that thing's like a wet Jolly Rancher. It's such a sugar bomb, right?
Yeah.
But it was very good. So I don't know what's going on with Taco Bell lately, but that's kind of I crave them right now, and I don't know why. I don't know what that's about. Maybe this chip.
What'd you get to eat?
I got
let's do some eat Taco Bell vicariously through Scott.
So I got
6 tacos, and then we drove to the.
No, I didn't do any of that. I think I could ever do that again. But I got what did I get? Oh, a burrito supreme combo, which means you got a little taco supreme on the side.
Supreme, yeah.
And the drink, and then Kim got Crunchwrap Supreme and I can't remember something else. I mean, just, one of the 7 things they make that's all the same ingredients.
Yeah.
But
right, exactly. One of the 100 things they make that's all the same 7 ingredients.
Yeah. And when I brought the burrito home, here's the problem. You cut it open, or you open it, or you bite into it, and you realize all the beans are down at the end of the shaft.
Hello.
And all the meat and like...
Wow. That's like you just made that so easy for...
I wasn't trying
for
to
Jamie.
say,
Oh my God.
It's like T-ball in here with Jamie you just whack that ball. But it's all down on this end, and this end up here's got all the cheese and the whatnot and the beef. Why can't they figure out a better way to like even it out?
Right.
Layer it in there or whatever. That's why the Crunchwrap Supreme was probably the better pick because those tend to be spread out for some reason. And this burrito was all like that. So Carter says, "Just shake it, Dad." You can't shake a burrito.
You can't shake a burrito. It's like a solid mass.
Yeah.
Like it's not like there's open air that it's going to say, "Oh, it's going to shift here."
It doesn't work that way. I feel like I
crazy.
failed as a parent. I'm like, Carter, you don't really think I can do that? She goes, "It'll do it a little bit." I'm like, you can't shake a burrito. You can't shake a burrito. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, Scott.
Yeah, go ahead.
During all that,
yeah,
and me still maintaining conversation with you and Dan and still participating
in.
I have my first COVID vaccine booked.
What? Where? I mean, not where. When is it happening?
Kalamazoo, Michigan. I'm getting on a plane. No, in Aurora, thanks to a listener here in the chat room. I'm hesitant to say. Well, people watching saw that it was Sky Nope Too Dope, or Say Nope Too Dope.
Oh, yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah.
I obviously won't give their real name, James Smith, but no, they said, "Hey, go onto King Super's website, try it right now," because they just opened up a bunch of spots. So I go on there and I try it.
Yeah. What kind?
And it wasn't working. And they're like, "Try doing this. Use this zip code and saying it's not too far." I said, don't put in a distance. So I put in the zip code, no distance. It pulled up that place. When I tried to go through it, it says, Yeah, sorry, we're having problems booking the second appointment, so we can't even give you the first one.
Oh, that's weird.
So via messaging, we got things booked, and they were my proxy in getting set up. That's certainly not a
no. We're not violating anything. It's fine. You got a contact.
Nothing
You
at
have an
all.
insider.
Exactly.
We do this all the time.
You know what? Old people have to do this with a proxy and say, all right, tell them I'm not having any problems with my bladder. It's the same thing.
Yeah, what's the difference? No difference.
Exactly.
Brian's proxy just pushed him up in line. That's all. Okay.
Yes. So this person is getting a big old Coverville prize package of like T-shirts and Andrew Allen CDs and all that stuff.
That's great. I'm super stoked. Which one? Pfizer, Moderna? What are we doing?
It's something called Juicy Fruit. It looks like.
Weird.
Does Juicy Fruit make a vaccine? Oh no, I'm sorry. Monster Energy vaccine. Is what it looks like.
Okay. They can inject that. That's the one you want, the Monster brand.
Yeah.
Gives you wings or whatever.
Yeah, actually, it's a really funny question. I know it's a 2-doser.
You just normally get to choose, but maybe they don't here. Medea's vaccine. Who says Medea in the chat room? Ken Benjamin.
I don't think it's a problem. They did misspell my name, but that's all right.
What'd they
that's
say?
Okay.
How'd they spell it?
One T. That's common. That always happens.
That's how they get you.
And I can say my keyboard was broken or something. That can be a big deal. They're not going to say, I'm sorry, we have a whole different name here. But,
interesting. So they don't.
It's funny. It doesn't say which one it is.
Huh. All right. No. So
I don't care. I'll take whatever it is. I'll take it.
You know it's a 2-shot though. You know that, right?
It is definitely the 2-shot because I've got my second appointment already booked for April 18th. Okay, well that might tell me, right? So if I've got one Sunday and one on the 18th, there's certainly no HIPAA violation going on with me saying all of this stuff.
No.
That's 4 weeks apart, so that's got to be the Moderna.
Okay, if it's Moderna, the second one goes in your peen. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. I thought the first one did. Dang it. All right, I want to switch.
The Pfizer one goes directly into your peen. All right.
Very cool.
Very good. Yeah, that's awesome.
I did not think it was going to. I was really thinking, it might be like April before I get one. So
I don't like to give people too much sunlight when they do stuff like this, but there's this guy who's been, for whatever reason, how bored must you be? He listens to the show and then troll mails us with a fake email and says terrible things. For example,
oh, really?
Yeah, it depends on the day. He said awful stuff about my kids before and terrible things about Kim and you and Tina. And I don't usually share this stuff because it's just the guy's an a-hole. I've shared some of it with you. I think you've seen some of it, but I try not to air too much of it on the air. But his latest thing is,
I did see one that you tweeted about. Is this the one you tweeted about?
Yeah, this is the one I tweeted about. This guy wants me to basically die from the vaccine and can't stop telling me about how everyone's going to die from it and good luck because you're about to die. And I'll miss hearing, or when Brian gets his, I'll miss hearing his sing-song voice or some bullshit like that. And just awful stuff. And I guess the reason I'm bringing him up is I just want him to hear this because I assume he's listening. Mm-hmm. Picture me as Tommy Lee Jones. I'm inside of a water-looking tube. I don't care.
Yeah. I don't care. What'd you say?
Yeah. Go away. Just be done. You're wasting your time, not mine. This is all you're ever going to hear about it. So I guess enjoy this momentary boner you're going to get from it and then move on. Go do something else. All right. That's it for the show, everybody. We're done. This is what we do on PM. And if you were listening to this as a regular old non-patron, now you know what you're missing out on. Maybe you don't think it's very much. I don't know. But we really like it. And we love having Dan on. We do apps some weeks. We have all kinds of fun with the PM edition of the show, and you too can get it every single week. Just head on over to patreon.com/TMS and sign up at whatever level to get this bonus content. And I didn't mention this before, but every day there's like anywhere between 15 minutes and 25 minutes of bonus content every morning that gets tacked on to the show on the RSS feed as part of the Patreon. So you get that as well. So lots of that stuff you just didn't know about, and now you do. So you have no excuse. Go check it out, patreon.com/TMS for everything else. We're at frogpants.com/TMS. All right. Oh, yeah, we should do a song. Do you have a song?
Oh, you were going to just leave? Just what did they put in that shot, Scott?
I was going to ask you to drink one more time before we do a song. Do you want to do one more? Does Twitch care if we do this? They don't care, right? If you drink a thing? Do they care? I don't know.
I know a certain streamer.
Yeah, you're not there yet, though.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay, if you can drink another 90 of these between now and 2 minutes.
I'm not going to name any names, but all right. Hey, this one is going out. Oh, and I don't say nope to dope. This shot's going out too.
Say nope to dope.
Yes, more Jameson. This, which I think, Claire must really like the Jameson because this is Irish as well.
Gotcha. Oh wow, look at that. Smooth. Is it smooth? Smooth.
It is smooth.
Okay. Because that's what they always say with the whiskey.
Yeah. No, I've been doing these with this has been a great week for wow, look at that.
Oh, look what you've done.
Well, it's a little I didn't do that all today.
Oh,
Come on.
All right.
But this is I've been doing a lot of Irish coffees this week because it's a great like sip it end of the day. It's basically coffee, Jameson, and then you top it with whipped cream. And we've got this great sugar-free almond whipped cream, which goes perfectly with it for some.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Some reason.
Yeah.
So,
is there an Irish cream that's sugar-free? I gotta find that because I love that flavor.
There's got to be.
Got to be, right?
Yeah, like an Irish cream, like a creamer that
like
you would put
creamer.
in coffee or whatever.
I like putting that in tea.
Gotta
There's
oh my god, it's so good, especially with like a cinnamon.
Oh, that sounds really good.
Sounds awesome. All right, well let's do a song. Shall we do a song?
Let's do a song.
So, now that I got my shot schedule, I'm buying a plane ticket to Las Vegas. Got that open on the other page.
Yeah.
And when I get there, I'm gonna say hi to Shoujo, who just moved to Vegas or is in the process of moving to Vegas.
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, she missed Raid Wednesday night because she was in route. So the next time we go to Vegas, we've got yet another person that we need to hang out with, and that list is getting longer and happier every day.
I love that. She's awesome, and we only ever got to saw her at BlizzCon, so that'll be great once things get back to normal.
We'll get to see her so much more often now.
Yeah, that'll be every other week. Oh wait, it won't be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She says, "Hey guys, the family and I just finished moving from California to Las Vegas, and we need a Vegas themed song to celebrate our life change. We're so excited for this move and looking forward to many adventures and shenanigans with friends and family for years to come. Viva Las Vegas," signed Shoujo, and she requests any song about Las Vegas.
Nice.
Well, she even says Viva Las Vegas in the thing, so it almost feels like that's the direction that she wanted me to go. But I'm not going to go in that direction. I'm going to go in a little bit of a different direction. By the way, the Shenanigans Casino. Why is there no casino on the Strip
It's called
Shenanigans? Because it feels like that would be a perfect.
Well, what was that restaurant that Hell's Kitchen's now? Hell's Kitchen used to be something.
Serendipity.
Oh, Serendipity. It's
3.
not even close.
Yeah,
never mind.
Yeah,
it wasn't even close.
It's called Shenanigans.
Yeah.
All right. So this feels like it's even more fitting for Shoujo being out there because now that she's living out there, she is the Queen of Las Vegas. This is a cover of the song called Queen of Las Vegas by the B-52s, performed by the band Carmadoza. Queen of Las Vegas, going out to our new Queen of Las Vegas, Shoujo.
That's awesome. Congratulations and good job, you guys. Can't wait to see you down there. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Thank you for checking us out for the first time, those who aren't patrons, and for our patrons, thank you for being here as always. You guys are the best. We'll see you guys on Monday. This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
What kind of a deal?
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 All right, that's all I'll do there. Keep going.
Jill.